Hey, this is Danny Kalai, and I just wanted to give a little director's commentary to my romantic film, Time of the Essence. Um, the start of this was actually wanted to give, well, first I just want to give a quick shout out to Ambient um, Escapade. Excuse me if I'm getting that wrong, and War Sounds, the YouTubers. Thank you for these sound effects that I borrowed because it added a lot. Now, I know that's to this film. I know that some people, when they listen to this, they always think that there's something wrong with their computer or something. But, welcome to the world of independent filmmaking and low budget type things. I had to fill in the gaps for what I don't have the budget to make. But I figured I wanted to keep people guessing as opposed to just showing people pictures, because I wanted to leave this film a little bit nondescript to really be, in some ways, any time that, war, there's been so many wars over the years that I wanted to make this more of a timeless classic, which is probably why I had Ahmed, Alba, and Sophia Rucker wear some classic outfits, as you can see here, with handsome Ahmed with his suit and Sophia with her dress. I picked this location because it was very picturesque. And boy, did I pay the price for it. I didn't literally pay for it, but it killed me. It broke my back in terms of all the sounds that were going off. If you've heard the original cut of this, it's ridiculous. There was a plane flying overhead. There was a power saw going on in one of the houses. There was a loud phone ringing. Like, there was a car revving behind us. And it was just terrible in post-production, which is why I had to give myself a sound credit for sound engineering. So, birth of this project, Sophia actually originally wanted to do a demo with a monologue, and so the only part that was original that she had cooked up and combined with Google Monologues was this part right here, the part where she's talking right now. This monologue was what was the original genesis of this project. But what happened was I ended up fleshing it out, and I wanted to turn this into a film because she's a dear friend of mine, and I just wanted something better than just a monologue for an actor demo reel. And so Miles was in the monologue, so I decided to just expand it into a actual scene and dialogue, and set it around wartime. One of the reasons why I was actually inspired by this, two inspirations when it comes to commentary. One is Ed Burns. I always got to give props to that guy, writer, director from New York. He's had a huge influence on me in my filmmaking. But another one was actually my dear friend Tylen Haston. We collaborated on a film, and he won an award for Best Editing, Mind Your Own Beeswax, which he used my script for. But one of his friends actually made a commentary, and I was like, and it was on YouTube. I was like, you know what? These are the things that I feel it's really sad about streaming services. Like, as much as I like having movies on the cloud and it's convenient not to have to pop a DVD into a machine, something that is just really cool is that the DVDs have commentary, director's commentary, and that always gave me insight. So this script originally for this film was probably about 3 or 4 pages, and normally in film, 1 page of script comes out to a minute in shooting. But I didn't think that this would turn into a 9-minute thing. But I wanted to establish a lot of chemistry between them in history, and hence all the close-ups with what's going on in the eyes, and all the physical choreography, like you see the slow dance here. I just thought it was important to establish those things, and I figured the longer I establish those close-ups of the extreme close-ups of the eyes and these kinds of things, we could really start to believe that these guys were in fact a couple. So at the time of this shoot, Ahmed was single and Sophia was in a relationship. She still is. And we were able to do this tastefully. We did do a small, maybe like a mini rehearsal before the shoot. The most important thing I had them do was just for like an hour in my apartment. We were just having some fellowship time together, and I was just asking some deep questions so that they would feel closer with each other. And of course, I myself, leading this film, and helming it, I wanted to set the example. So I would answer questions first, hard questions, and just give each other a chance to, share things in confidence. And I think that started to establish some nice trust, which, we see some of that going on here. This was shot in December of 2022, and it took about a year and a half to make in post-production. Not because it took me, I was working on it for a year and a half, but more so because I was dreading all the audio parts of it. And I think if there's anything that I maybe learned from this, was that when you have technical nightmares like this, especially with sound and you're shooting outside, if you shoot indoors, you're going to have more controllables in the audio. For Our Fallen, of course, is just a commemoration to anyone who's died in service for their country. I developed a lot of, you could say, empathy when I did a docudrama on stage called The Aftermath of War, with director John Wilk, and that was based on American soldiers and things that they were talking about in the war in Iraq back in the, I guess you could say, 90s, and maybe a little bit post 9/11. But I think that really helped me to appreciate the military more, not so much for a political thing, but of just people that were willing to serve their country and die for our country. There goes our cool YouTubers, Ambient Escapade, War Sounds. Definitely, the music played a big part of this. I got to give God thanks in guiding me make the music for this. And anyway, thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this commentary. I know it was brief. Sorry if I rambled, but there you have it. Thanks for watching and listening.